In the busy city of Busan, there was a boy named Kim Joon-ho. He was 17, quiet, and always sat at the back of the classroom with his old, worn-out textbook. His shoes were torn, his bag was patched, but his eyes carried a strength no one noticed. His classmates mocked him, calling him the poor dull boy, the beggar genius. But Joon-ho never replied. He kept to himself, reading, believing that one day his time would come. At home, life was even harder. His father had died years ago in an accident, leaving only his mother, Madame Hygiene, who sold fruits on the roadside to pay his fees. Every morning, she held his hands, prayed for him, and whispered, "My son, one day the world will call your name. Don't give up." In school, Joon-ho had no crowd, but he had two true friends. Park Min-jae, lively, playful, the son of a rich businessman who often dragged him to restaurants in his father's car to make him laugh. And Han Soo-bin, a beautiful girl, brilliant in class, who carried hidden feelings for Joon-ho in her heart. She admired him from the shadows, but never dared to confess. One day, an announcement shook the school. An influential billionaire had launched an international competition in Hong Kong. The winner would receive $65 million and scholarships abroad. Every school had to choose its best student. But there was a condition. A fee of $3,000 to even sit for the qualifying exam. For the rich, it was nothing. For Joon-ho, it was impossible. He walked away silently when he saw the list of names. Soo-bin found him and asked, "Why aren't you on it?" His eyes dropped to the ground as he whispered, "Because my mother can't pay." Tears filled her eyes, and Min-jae's face grew stern. That night, they made a decision. Together, they paid the fee for him. The next day, Joon-ho saw his name on the list, and for the first time in a long while, his lips curved into a smile. The day of the exam came. 70 students filled the hall. Some had laptops, tablets, and the latest books. Joon-ho sat quietly with his old textbook, flipping its fragile pages. Hours passed. When the results were pinned, the room fell silent. Kim Joon-ho. First place. A perfect score of 100. The boy everyone called dull had risen above them all. Weeks later, Joon-ho stepped into Hong Kong for the first time in his life. The grand hall sparkled with chandeliers, billionaires, and reporters. Students from around the world wore custom uniforms. Joon-ho wore his plain Korean school uniform. The questions were sharp, the pressure heavy. Yet Joon-ho answered each one with calmness, precision, and brilliance. When the final scores lit up the screen, his name stood tall above all others. Kim Joon-ho, winner with 1,057 points. The hall erupted in applause. Judges bowed, billionaires shook his hand, and the world finally saw the genius they had once ignored. He returned home to Busan a hero. Reporters filled the streets. He was given $65 million, scholarships, and countless gifts. No longer did he walk to school. A black car with a driver waited for him every morning. Teachers who once looked down on him now spoke his name with pride. Classmates who mocked him now lowered their heads in respect. Yet, Joon-ho never forgot where he came from. He went back to his mother's fruit stand, knelt before her, and held her trembling hands. "Iama," he whispered, his eyes wet with tears, "I did it. Because of you." She pulled him into her arms, her prayers finally answered. And then there was Soo-bin, waiting by the school gate, her eyes shining with tears and pride. Joon-ho walked up to her, his voice low but steady. "I wouldn't be here without you." Her cheeks flushed red, and for the first time, her hidden feelings felt like the beginning of something real. That evening, Joon-ho stood on the school rooftop, the sunset painting the sky in gold. The wind brushed against his hair as he looked out at the horizon. His voice was soft, but it carried the strength of his journey. "No matter where I go, I will never forget where I came from. Re." And in that moment, the world knew, even the quietest flame can outshine the brightest stars. Thanks for watching till the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Please encourage me to bring you more interesting school romantic stories by hitting the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. We love you all.